So I'm trying out a new style of video here. I'm actually on Steam and looking at some live broadcasts. I'm just pausing it because this is the first chance I've had to look at this person's character. So they're called Little Podrick. They're a bard, a rock gnome, not bad. Gnomes, quite like them. Strength of 8, dexterity, constitution, intelligence 14, charisma 15. Ooh, right. Well, I mean, gnomes do get a bonus to intelligence, so I can see why maybe that's high. They've gone for maximum charisma. Definitely, that's good. Personally, I'd prefer a tiny bit less intelligence and a tiny bit more strength, just so we can carry more and jump further and better shove and resisting being shoved. But overall, not bad considering they've picked a gnome. Right, let's keep going. It looks like they're playing multiplayer. Not looks like they definitely are, because we've got these purple portraits on the side. Oh, that's better. We can see the full screen now. So they have obviously just started playing fairly recently. I'd guess within the last hour or so. So we've got a bard and I'm guessing a ranger or wizard. I can't quite be certain. They're very quiet, even though this is on maximum. I don't know how loud that'll be. I'll see if I can turn it up in the edit. So currently they're just kind of messing around. Fair enough. Can't complain at that. So we're with the... I can't tell if this is actually the owner of the game, as in the person who's hosting the game, or whether the person is joining. And it looks like they're about to come into the encounter outside of this abandoned temple. And I kind of want to be taking control of the camera. I'm almost wanting to move things around here, but obviously I can't. Well, they got the autosave, so it looks like they're going to start the encounter. Well, they got close enough. Oh, the tutorials are on. Let's see how they do here, because this can be difficult if you're at level 2 and you're not experienced with the game. I haven't seen much so far, so I can't tell whether they are experienced with the game or not. So they seem to be actually listening to the cutscenes. Though I looked at this just a few minutes before I started recording, and I did skip through some. This looks like a... Actually, do you know what? I couldn't tell you if this is a halfling or... I think it's a halfling ranger by the looks of it. Not certain. See what they go for. I can't tell what skills they have or what stats this other character has. Oh no, straight to a fight. Okay, as you do. So it's the other player's turn. So this character, the person who's hosting, the person who is streaming just has to wait around, which does make multiplayer feel a little bit slower. Aha, so Lightfoot halfling. They are a ranger, right? So I was kind of correct. They are halfling ranger. But it doesn't look like they're doing anything at the moment. They're just standing there, obviously deciding what to do. This streamer is waiting around. There's not much more for them to do, to be honest. In terms of initiative, it's slightly unfortunate. Alright, they went for, what was that, ensnaring strike? Can't quite tell without the combat log. I wish they had the... I don't think it was hail of arrows. Would I have done that? Probably not. I mean, at this point, if you know what to do, you shoot this coiled rope to kill these two and make the encounter much easier. However, you don't have to do that. I didn't do that all the time. Alright, time for the crab. If I was the person in charge of the crab, yeah, this is it. Just charge them in. They are summoned out of combat. That's fine. That crab has done its job. It probably couldn't have made it to the enemies. It's taken away an attack. Oh, sleep is dangerous, especially at these low levels when we've got low numbers of hit points. As we get to higher levels, sleep will become less dangerous. Alright, time for the bard. What is the bard going to do? Let's look at their spells. They've chosen fairly decent spells, actually. Ashes Hideous Laughter, a nice control spell. Healing Word, great for bonus action heal. And at range, we've got Dissonant Whispers there. Heroism, Blade Ward, Cure Wounds. Do you know what? I wouldn't take Healing Word and Cure Wounds. No need for both. Maybe take Thunder Wave instead of one of them. Vicious Mockery is good for a bard because they don't get any other attack and cantrip. And Blade Ward, it's okay. I probably would have taken Friends or something else instead. But with a multiplayer game, you can't be guaranteed that you're going to be the one who is starting the conversations. Time for Shadowheart, who is wielding a mace, which isn't her best weapon. A dagger would be better. And they should have come across a dagger by now, to be honest. It might have been useful for this person to have gone and shoved Gale, even if they would have taken an opportunity attack. But that is a risk. It is a risk though doing that, because Shadowheart's armor class at the moment is, I think it's 17 to begin with. But Gimblebok is a fairly good fighter. The weak grip gives him disadvantage on attack rolls using his melee weapon, I believe. And that's actually a good thing, because Gimblebok can hit hard. One thing we shouldn't do with Gimblebok is target him with any magic where the saving throw is a mental stat, so wisdom, charisma, or intelligence, because gnomes get advantage against that. So whose turn is it? Still the ranger's turn. Alright, they're going for Gimblebok. It's good. Okay, off balance gives advantage on the next attack against, or the next attack that hits against Gimblebok. Not a bad choice for an offhand attack. I mean, an offhand attack for a bonus action. Alright, that's nice. Go, wake up Gale. Shove him. Please. Nice. Shove as a bonus action. Let's see if they do that, if they know whether... Giving inspiration. It's not necessarily a bad choice, but you've lost your chance to use Gale.
I'm in a spot of bother here.
Yeah, Gale's like, help. But no one's woken him up. Maybe they don't know. Not everyone does know. But I would say that if you do use sleep yourself on enemies, they kind of show you how to do this after a while. You will come across enemies that shove each other awake. Yeah. It's good to leave him in the acid, because he's got -2 armor class, so if you could actually stand next to him and attack him, might be better. Your hit points for the ranger is about half. Oh no, step back. Oof. There's no guarantee that was going to hit, to be honest. Hamstrung is good. He's got -10 movement speed, -10 feet. Ah, he's used rush attack though. And presumably pommel strike. Oh, Gale is awake now, we can come and help, which is good. So healing word, using up all of our spell slots fairly quickly. Nothing wrong with that, really. We can actually long rest quite a lot. Nice, solid attack there. Oh, we're going with Guiding Bolt. Oh, no, we're not. Sorry, the beginning of Guiding Bolt and Sacred Flame start off the same, with the same animation. So who's left? We've got the wizard, enemy wizard, and the enemy... I'm not quite sure whether they're a ranger or rogue, but they are wielding a bow anyway. Don't use Witch Bolt. Not with a penalty to hit. Magic Missile probably would have killed her. You're going to use a spell slot. Use Witch Bolt mostly on enemies that are wet. You've got a chance to do double damage. Otherwise, just use a cantrip or other spell. Right, back to the ranger. Unfortunately, I can't see what options the ranger has. It'd be nice if we could. Okay, nice. Not a bad choice at all. 1 hit point. Unlucky. Unlucky. Now, that ranger needs a better weapon. Ranged weapon. Short bow is kind of the worst ranged weapon. At least the light crossbow should be found. Okay, nice Sacred Flame there. If it hit, it was guaranteed to kill. Probably wouldn't use Blade Ward. But they've used all the spells. They haven't done anything. Oh, if you're not going to do anything, use Blade Ward. Ah, that's a bit of a shame. Watch out for these twisting vines. I've walked into them so many times. If you can't see the enemy guy, a Mage Hand is okay because it can make them waste their turn attacking Mage Hand. Now, you can't cast Mage Hand on anyway. Yeah, I would have put it up here to try and make the his name. Make this, I think it's a halfling, Warren, attack the Mage Hand. It's okay, it's okay. Shadowheart has enough armor to make up for it. Oh, right, I see. They're trying to get the Mage Hand to do something with this stone block, which is fair enough. Kind of makes me think they haven't played this game much before. It's kind of cool to see people who haven't played before. As it's been a long time since I haven't played. I mean, no, let's rephrase that. It's been a long time since I played for the first time. Over 2 years, in fact. So yes, now we're ganging up on the last remaining enemy. Give him a shove. I don't think that's that useful. It pushes him further away, which makes it more difficult to attack him. No need for that. Okay, Gale. He'll survive. It's not a problem. No, don't use that wave. That's a good choice. That's it. This won't necessarily kill him, but there's a chance. Yeah. Because in the back of my head, I'm always thinking, I'm going to roll a 1 on all of the 1d4s for magic missile and end up doing 6 damage. I like to get as close to 6 as possible. Don't worry about the acid, it's not a long-lasting effect, it's just -2 AC while you're inside it. Scale mail could be useful for the ranger and or shadow hearts. I don't know if they're picking everything up or not. Yeah, they are, they're pressing space. Over encumbered, with this low strength of 8, there's a very limited amount you can carry. And that medium armor alone is really taking up a lot of weight. Yeah, that's the one. Nice. Ooh, no, don't put that on Gale.
Still breathing.
Okay. I mean, they had to give some things away, otherwise they are encumbered, to be fair. Shadow Heart's already got a I guess it is spreading the load out, which is fair enough. Right, time for a bit of exploration. We can see the other player up there. Looking around. I wonder if they're going to find the hidden stash in the back. You can kind of see it already. That when you're not close enough, maybe they've already... Oh no, you can't see it, it's just the rocks. Just here there is a hidden chest. Yeah, these twisting vines, I hate them. Oh, now they do this. I wonder if they know that in the temple, whether they've now gathered around all the enemies, or if they even know there are enemies inside. Jump down. I hope they don't jump down. Is that a quick save? Yeah, good idea. And another good idea. You go to camp. I was thinking just the same thing. Let's see if this is their first long rest. If it is, there should be a small cutscene. If it isn't, then it should just go straight to the camp. Oh, we've got a little bit of trouble. Please stand by. Black.
This seems as good a place as any to make camp.
I think this might be Steam who's messing up here. This is the host's cursor. I'm actually a bit behind.
That's not abstract.
Yeah, this isn't their first rest. Oh, is it? Actually, it might be. Because this is the time where... Oh no! Steam. I was able to cut forward a bit there. Yeah, I was a bit behind the players because I'd paused it to have a look at the stats. So they've got a star in, but they don't have Lae'zel yet. Which makes sense considering where we saw them moving. Okay, we're going to have a long rest very soon, and another player's choosing camp supplies. I do find actually, when I've been looking at I've had a look at a few of these Steam broadcasts, and there's a fair number of people playing multiplayer on these broadcasts. I don't know whether people are more likely to broadcast while they're playing multiplayer, or just the people who broadcast are more likely to be playing multiplayer. Who knows? Right, we're loading. This person is like, "What's going on?" As am I. No, I can't actually look ahead anymore. I am live. Now there is also always the chance. Oh, can I? It has to be 720. Okay. Another quick save, I imagine. Now, are they going to give Gale mage armor or make him cast mage armor? Don't walk through the vines. Oh, do you know? If I feel like I'm annoyed at the vines, I get Gale to cast firebolt on them and burns them. They're going to get in. If they're a gnome, they get advantage or lower DC, I think, on the performance check for being Gimmelbock, because Gimmelbock is a... Oh, down they go. They prefer the crab. Interesting. I think they should try out other animals. I tend myself to stay with the raven because it makes enemies blind on a hit. Aha! And the fight has started. It's a good thing they saved and had a long rest, so Shadowheart is up first. Sadly, Shadowheart doesn't really have any area of effect spells. I mean, she might have some Alchemist's Fire. She might have some items, which I would really want to use here. There is a... They focused on the barrel there. I've got no idea if the two people playing are in contact with each other, whether they got voice chat. There's nothing here to show us. So we're waiting. Let's have a look at the initiative. Initiative is generally good. We've got 3 of them at the end of the order, whereas all of the party is ahead of those 3. Only 2 of them come before Gale and the Ranger. So send to Tav. Yeah, they're nearly over encumbered. They should try and use the send to camp option. I wonder if they've seen that. Yeah, send that to Shadowheart. Let her throw the Alchemist's Fire. Yes, as if they can hear me. Let's see if she does that, though. If the 2 people are in contact with each other, we should now see Shadowheart throw an Alchemist's Fire. Which really makes this fun. Uh-oh. Going for a jump. Is that a jump? Can't quite tell. Oh, it's a throw. Looks like Alchemist's Fire. They've done this before. It's always nice to see this. I know some people don't like barrels, and there we are. It usually takes out 1 or 2 of them. They've been a bit unlucky, I feel. The last time I used this was yesterday, and it killed 2 people immediately. I think I threw, or maybe it was an arrow fire I used, whatever. So Shadowheart's running up front. Probably not a bad idea. She seems to have the highest armor class and equal highest number of hit points. Crab, yep. That's fine. Send the crab up front. Let it absorb an attack and resummon it after the battle. Oh, no, I wouldn't do that though. Just going to come in and get Gale, whose armor class is going to be, I think, 12. Nice. I took a bit of damage from the fire. Who are they going to attack? Ah, they're not. They're going to take some poison. Not coat the weapon in poison. Time for the ranger. Again, I haven't been able to see the ranger, which is sad. The person who's playing, hosting, or streaming, it hasn't gone into any sort of group window. If they had done, I could have paused it at least to have a quick look of their inventory and stuff. There's some spell by the looks of it. Ah, hamstrung, okay. Using hamstrung on someone right at the front isn't that useful. They're probably not going to run through the fire anyway. You would use it on someone further back, like the barbarian here, or this guy, so they can't run as far. Just because the AI does it doesn't mean it's a good idea. Now the barbarian can cause problems. You need to be using non-physical attacks, really. Right, back to the top of the round. And the party hasn't suffered any damage, which is good. But the enemy, the AI, has set themselves up for this turn, though, to start dishing out damage. I wonder what Shadowheart's going to do this time. That's a guiding bolt. Oh no, I said it again. They obviously haven't given Shadowheart a ranged weapon either. That's a problem, because relying on Sacred Flame isn't great, to be honest. That's it. Pinched. I think that slows down the enemy. Not a bad choice. If Shadowheart moved back, then it would force the barbarian to maybe dash. So they're quite close, so maybe they wouldn't have to. So we've got Barton. Yeah, go on, shoot him. Get him. Yeah, nice. Okay, that wasn't the barbarian. Sorry, I didn't see that properly. The barbarian's still alive. Inspiration to Shadowheart. Not sure I would do that unless you're going to use Guiding Bolt or Inflict Wounds. One or the other. Because for Sacred Flame, Inspiration doesn't help at all. It doesn't add or decrease the enemy's saving throw. It doesn't increase the DC of the saving throw. I'm not sure that was the best choice. Poison Spray. Watch out, you're not going to hit any of your allies like the crab. Stand back, it said. Oh, target obscured. Sorry, not stand back. Yeah, we need some light. No! Well, I don't know if that was a mistake or not, but not a good idea, really. Because you only do 0 to 7 damage with the quarterstaff. Alright, ranger. Ah, nice. Got a rapier out. They can equip a shield. I don't know whether they've got dueling, where they add. I think it's dueling, where they add +2 to a weapon if they're using a one-handed weapon and no other weapon. Can use a shield with that. Because at level 2 they will have a fighting style. Here comes the Sade. Yeah. Whack. Not a bad choice. Oh, 55% isn't great, you know. Dissonant Whispers is potentially better because you do at least some damage. And Frightened, good. That gives them disadvantage on their attack rolls. And also means they don't move. Yeah, I can agree with that. Shadowheart does need help. And Shadowheart's turn. So she could risk it and walk away because the enemy has disadvantage on their attack roll. She's got Bardic Inspiration. Be brilliant with Guiding Bolt. I want to see what spells they've got. Don't have the opportunity. Overall, so far, I'd say nothing wrong with that whole halt. But that Bardic Inspiration didn't help with that. Okay, she's used a healing potion. Not a bad choice at all. Back up to 4 hit points. And that's her action and bonus action used up. Ooh, quite a good choice in AI there. Don't Okay, that's better. That doesn't get resisted. What was that 8 damage with magic missile? It's okay. Not great, not the worst. Off balance gives advantage on the next attack. Who's going to do 2 damage to this guy? You really want to be doing that? Oh no, they can't, I don't think. He gets a turn. He does have disadvantage with his attack, to be fair. Oops, hitting the microphone there. Alright, here we go. Thing is, if they'd stood back, he wouldn't have had a chance to hit. Okay, not so bad. Got advantage because of off balance. Oh no! Oh, the difficulties of playing multiplayer. They've both done the same thing at the same time. I wouldn't give out inspiration here. I mean, I think most people probably long rest more than I do. I've got this general aversion to taking long rests. But I'm not sure inspiration was the right choice here. I get they're trying to help, but yeah, I don't know. I just think it's not needed for this battle because there's only 2 enemies left. One's half dead, and there's 5 in the team still, including the crab. It is dark in here. Right, who goes next? The crab's got to go. Who's just charging forward? I think you can make the crab dash, and I would. I'd make it go right up to this enemy to give them disadvantage or receive an opportunity attack from the crab. As it is, they got a shot off without any disadvantage. Gale, I don't think is going to be able to see.
Step by step.
Did the ranger just shoot? I really wish they had the combat log open. That would really, really help. Yeah, I can't quite get around the door there. Mage hand, not a bad idea. Summon it out in the open. Over here somewhere where Gale can see. Yep. And it might absorb an attack. And considering Gale can't see the enemy, it is really not a bad choice. In fact, sleep, I don't think sleep's radius is high enough, but it could have worked. 14 hit points on Andorn, and I can't quite see how many on the other one, but not very many. Might be able to put both to sleep. That would sort all the problems out. No, don't. Oh, that's Shadowheart. Okay, that's not such a bad choice. I don't know how many spell slots Shadowheart has left. Right, come on, Shadowheart. I think you might still have inspiration. Yes, nice. Guiding Bolt is what, 46 to 11. It's just slightly below average, perhaps. It's okay. You know, you'd hope for more, but things have been worse. That's a bit of a waste because there was advantage on that attack roll, and using it for the crab just isn't very good. Oops. Yeah, it took the opportunity attack. I would have used the advantage from Guiding Bolt on one of the other characters. Maybe the Ranger or the Bard. Yeah, move the mage hand up to... That's it. Attack. Don't shove, don't shove, don't shove. There's no point in shoving. They didn't even use their action. I don't know if they know they can attack, maybe. Right, so the Ranger's standing in the way. I don't know if the person knows that Gale could try to jump through there. Ranger needs to move. And Andorn's had his reaction, so you don't need to worry about... Oh, okay, fair enough. That's it, Ranger, move. Alright, magic missile. Old Faithful. Boom, done. Did 8 damage there. And short rest. You might need a long rest soon, considering you used up quite a lot of your spell slots. Alright, I'm going to end it there. I'm not going to watch these forever. And so my overall feedback, I suppose, just kind of review of the people playing here, is they've got a grasp, a solid, not a solid. I'd say it. It's not very. I feel a bit bad. They've got some good ideas. Right, they're using magic missile. They are targeting people with their weapon skills. They're attacking. The person in charge of Gale attacked with this quarterstaff seems a bit strange. The person in charge of the Bard is the same person actually. Giving out inspiration willy-nilly. And having chose Cure Wounds and Healing Word is a bit redundant really. You don't need 2 spells as a Bard to be healing because you've got a very limited number of spells you can choose. Person in charge of the Ranger and Shadowheart, they need to maybe give Shadowheart some weapons that use dexterity, so ranged and finesse weapons. She is proficient with a light crossbow and a dagger at the very least. The Ranger seems to be okay. They seem to be just summoning crabs. I haven't really seen them use very many spells though. It's hard to say what spells they've chosen, which they do get at level 2. And I can't see what fighting style they've chosen. As for the actual build for the bard, yeah, I would have taken away some of the intelligence, put some of it into strength. But at the end of the day, it's not that important. You do have a party of 4, which you can spread these items out to, such as this person is doing. So let me know if you enjoyed this style of video. This is just my live reaction to it. It's probably going to be unedited, just to try and get some extra content for you guys. So do leave me feedback on this. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one.